Danielle here for day 3 of Neat and Tangled's 2013 release week. I'm so excited that you guys are loving the stamp so far. Thank you for all of your really great comments and excitement. I'm having a lot of fun as usual during release week. And so I'm here today with the third of 5 sets that are being released this week. And if you hadn't yet, if this is your first time stopping by, be sure to go back to our day 1 and day 2 posts to enter the giveaways for those days, and there's another giveaway for today as well, so be sure to comment to enter for that. And I'm going to go ahead and get started. And this is going to be another 4x6 set, and this one is called On the Strip. And so, as you can see, it's 5 stamps, and they're all just a hair over 5.5 inches long. So that, I did that on purpose so that when you're stamping on your standard card base, which is going to be, 4 1/4 by 5.5, you will get perfect coverage, and you don't have to worry about making sure it's perfectly centered. You have a little bit of room to give on the side so that it'll stamp perfectly across your card base, and you're not going to have to fiddle with it too much. And so I'm going to go ahead. These are some really fun, trendy stamped images. A lot of solid to create some cool backgrounds and different effects. My inspiration for this was definitely washi tape. I love washi tape, but I, obviously can't buy every color and pattern that I'd like. So this is a great way for you to achieve kind of that washi look, but with stamps. And so I'm going to go ahead and stamp these out, and I'm going to be using, just to make it a little more fun, I got some of these Hero Arts mid-tone shadow inks for Christmas. I already had a bunch, but these were a couple of the newer colors. Not the new ones that just came out, but these are some of the more recent ones that have become available. And so they were on my wish list, and I did get a few of them. So I'm going to be using a couple of them to stamp these out. So you can see how well these stamps, the quality of the stamps is great. You can see how well they will stamp with these wonderful dye inks. And so I'm going to go ahead, and a tip for when you're using a longer stamp like this, instead of taking the stamp and putting it on your block, a lot of times if you take that approach where you try and lay down the stamp, it's not going to be perfectly flat. It'll probably have a little bit of a wave or a bend in it. So, what I do is I usually just kind of hold it and then plop it down on my mat and then pick it up with my block. And so I found that for these stamps here, this set, my acrylic ruler block works perfectly. It's just the perfect size to fit these. So I'll go ahead and start stamping these. And this is the Hero Arts, and I'll show you each ink when I stamp because they're really pretty. This is the Tide Pool mid-tone ink. And I love the Hero Arts shadow inks. They're definitely my favorite when I do stamp in color. I don't usually stamp in color for some reason, but these inks work perfectly with these stamps. So I'll go ahead and ink it up real well. And then I'll just stamp it out for you. And so the possibilities with these stamps are really endless, and you can kind of see that in the projects today from the design team. There are 1,000,001 different ways you can go with these stamps. You can use them just to create kind of like a border or an accent on a card. You can kind of make your own kind of faux washi tape by stamping it, and then you could trim it and cut it out, or you could just stamp it on your card base or your cardstock and kind of go in all different directions to make it look really washi tape-like. Let's see, what color should I do next? This one's going to be the Forever Green ink. A good way to get kind of the washi look is, I'll try and do it on here without making too much of a mess for myself. You can ink up the stamp, but just don't ink it up all the way, and maybe kind of go a little bit on a diagonal when you're inking it. And then when you stamp it, and I apologize, my stamps are so dirty, I haven't cleaned them. Ooh. Surprise, right? but then when you stamp it, it kind of really gives it, when you only ink it up partially, it really gives it that faux washi look. So that's really neat. So that's one with circles, and these are all roughly the same width. I think the hello and the hearts is a little bit smaller. And this one's the arrow, and this one's kind of one of my favorites. I like them all, just because they're so versatile. You can do so many different things with them. And this is going to be the orange soda shadow ink. If I could get the lids off, jeez. So you'll get the 5 different stamps, and they're 5 different designs. You'll get the first one, which is up at the top here, and that's kind of like, you know, an airmail type strip. The second one you'll get is the one that I stamped in green, which is really solid with a bunch of different, you know, different size and width circles, which is kind of fun. It's like very bubbly. It does remind me a lot of bubbles. Then you'll get the arrows, which I just stamped for you here. I've been trying to be good about cleaning up as I go, so that's what's taking me a little bit longer. The next one you'll get, and the fourth one in the set, is this hello. And I'm stamping this one in, I think it's called Raspberry Jam, but I'll double check. So you're going to get this one that says hello. I haven't had the chance to make many cards with this set yet, but I already have a million ideas swimming around in my head about how I can use it. Let me double check. Yeah, that's called Raspberry Jam. That one's really pretty. And I'll show you, I kind of, when I shoot the videos, I kind of do it ahead of time. I usually practice once or twice just to make sure everything goes like I want, and then I'll film it like I am now. So I'm going to show you how these inks look when they're dry, because they look a little bit different. When they dry, they do blend out really nicely. Like, it might look a little bit splotchy in some areas, but when these Hero Arts inks dry, they dry super smooth, which is a really nice quality about them. Unlike some other inks that even after you stamp them and they dry, they still are kind of splotchy. And then you're going to get these hearts, and these hearts are the same heart from the Neat and Tangled logo. And I stamped that color is called Grape Juice, and that's really pretty. I love purple, and this is a nice deep purple color. And so there you go. Those are the 5 stamps that come in this set, and it's called On the Strip. And there will be more stamps this style. There'll be, you know, multiple On the Strip stamps. It's kind of going to be like a little series, because I think these stamps are perfect for kind of everyday use. They're great to create backgrounds or add embellishments, or to stamp on your die cuts. Shari did that with one of her cards. She stamped them and then die cut the hearts, and it just looks really neat. So there's a lot of options when it comes to this particular style of stamp, and so I definitely have some more stamps like this with different widths and sizes and patterns in the works for the future. And so there you have it. So this is On the Strip, and here it is all stamped out. And this one, just so you do remember, I didn't, I only partially inked up the stamp and then stamped it, so you could really get that washy look from it. And I'll bring it up a little bit closer. And all of the inks I used were the Hero Arts mid-tone shadow inks, and they're all really just beautiful. And really quick, I'll show you, this was one I stamped earlier, and it's dry, so you can see a little bit like this is this, and you can see that when it dries, it does lighten up just a hair. It's really, really, really pretty colors. So there you have it. So those are all the stamps in this set. Be sure to comment below to win, and we still have 2 days left for release week, so be sure to stop by tomorrow for another fun stamp set and some more inspiration. And thanks for watching.